AITA for getting mad at a friend for changing in front of me. I, 27M, went over to a friend's house, F26, because we, along with our other friends, planned on going to a local diner. I was really pumped because where I live, this place has been closed for a while, and it just recently opened up. I finished my work stuff early and asked my friend, who lives a few blocks away, we'll call her Mallory, if I could drop by early. When I show up, she's still in her home clothes, t-shirt, sweatpants, that sort of thing. We still have an hour left before we head out, and she tells me she still needs to finish some homework-related stuff, so we end up chilling in her room. Now here's a little background on both of us. She's pretty conventionally attractive, but our personalities don't match, so nothing ever sparked, and we just stayed good friends. With 30 minutes left before we leave, she starts undressing and getting ready right in front of me. This caught me off guard, so I just covered my eyes and said, "At least ask me to leave the room." She started laughing and brushes it off, saying it's not even a big deal, and she doesn't see me that way. I'm paraphrasing. I tell her that neither do I. She's still fucking topless. But that doesn't mean I'm comfortable seeing her nude, so I leave the room. I kind of leave it at that, and we don't mention it for the rest of the night. We go to out, and everything seems fine. Shun then later texts me that I was being kind of an ass, and that I made her feel weird about our friendship. She goes on to say that if I truly see her as a friend, then I should be able to not sexualize her body. This kind of sets me off because from where I'm sitting, you can't force this level of comfort with a friend. So I basically tell her that I'm not suddenly going to turn gay for her sake, and that she can ask me to leave the room like a normal person before she decides to go full Queen of Dragons. And now my phone is blowing up as our mutual friends are calling me an asshole. I get that I snapped at the end, and my response could have been more mature, but really, am I the asshole here? Because I'm honestly surprised with how many of our friends are taking her side. Update 1. Okay, so the general consensus seems that both parties could have handled this situation better. So I called Mal and apologized for my blowing things out of proportion. Her response? Good. Bro, what the fuck? Is this even the same person I've been friends with? It's like I'm seeing a totally new side of her, no pun intended. But fuck it, I swallowed my pride and asked if there was anything she wanted to say to me, and apparently, she doesn't. I tell her as calmly as I can that she's being unreasonable and I should not have to see her naked and cover my eyes, and that she can simply tell me to leave the room, friends or not. I have my boundaries. Mallory then fucking doubles down, saying that if we're friends and I really don't have a thing for her, it's not that big of a deal and that she doesn't need to apologize for changing in her own room. Again, what the fuck? At this point, I just blurt out, "Friends don't behave the way you do," and hung up on her, because if I stayed on the line longer, I might have said something really stupid. And to add insult to injury, she crowns this day with a text calling me a sexist asshole. Fucking hell, have I gone crazy? What is so hard to understand about this? I have male friends too, but that doesn't mean I want to see their dicks. I'm honestly thinking of never speaking to her again after this. Update 2. Well, now that everyone's involved, I had a talk with my other friends, and they really came through. Now that I got a chance to explain my discomfort, they're starting to see my point. I also told them that I didn't want to involve them any further, since this is between me and M. Speaking to which, I texted M that I'm really upset she can't see why I felt uncomfortable. I explained that if the roles were reversed, as many of you said, it would considered harassment. I added that I'm happy she feels comfortable enough to undress in front of me. I just don't happen to feel the same way about it. No response so far, so we'll see. Though honestly, where she's concerned, I'm thinking of cutting my losses at this point, as she won't even meet me halfway, which is what really sold my friends to see my point probably. Update 3. First of all, holy fuck, I wasn't expecting this to blow up this much. Second of all, thanks for the support, gang. I thought I was going nuts for a second. And lastly, M got back to me and apologized. I will say this for the users that predicted that she was into me, bravo. Apparently, she was testing the waters in terms of how much I was into her, because she's had a crush on me for a while. She says she regrets reacting so intensely and that she doesn't actually think I'm an asshole. She just felt very vulnerable. She apologized and says that she understands what I meant. As for the rest, we'll talk about that in person. I'm still plenty pissed that she was willing to fuck with my head the way she did. Not to mention involving all our friends. I thought about showing her this post, but I decided not to, as I think that'll just complicate the blame game. So Emma, just talk to her tomorrow. Update 4. For everyone that's worried I'm going to date her. I'm not. We talked it out, and she owned up to her part of the trouble. I told her I never intended to make her uncomfortable about her body, but there are better ways to address a crush. Because we have so many mutual friends, we agreed to still be friends, but I'm keeping one eye open, lol.